To complete the Fieldwork Educator Performance Evaluation, you'll receive an email in your inbox from noreply@formstack.com. Choose the Getting Started option, and from here, this will take you into the portal for the Fieldwork Performance Evaluation for the midterm. Click on Open Form. This first page will be a list of directions for rating the student's performance. Please read through this thoroughly so that you have an understanding of completing the performance evaluation. Then click Next, and once you do, you'll be taken to this page, which I've pre-filled. You'll need to choose that you are the Fieldwork educator, complete the student's information as well as your information, and more information down here. If there happens to be another Fieldwork educator working with a student, you'll choose this option that says yes or no. And then down here for Fieldwork setting, you'll choose some selections from the bottom. Choose Next. For the sake of this example, I'm just going to give the student all fours, so exemplary performance. And as you can see, you have optional comment fields if you'd like to make additional comments. You'll also notice that if you make any errors, you have the option at the bottom of each page to go to the previous page or previous pages just by clicking that previous button down here at the bottom, which you'll see right here. As I'm grading the student, we're doing calculations behind the scenes, so you won't have to worry about tabulating these or keeping track of them. Another option that you have is to save and resume this evaluation. If you want to do that, simply choose Save and Resume Later at the bottom of the page. What we'll do is we will email you a link of the form and save the data that you've completed and place you into the page where you left off. So at the bottom, you'll also see the option for the progress indicator. So we can see as we are progressing along in this evaluation. At this point, we should be almost done. And on this last page for the midterm, what you'll see is the total score of 148 here. Because it's the midterm, we don't have a pass or fail. We just give you the total score. At the bottom here, you have the option to add comments. You can choose if the student was informed of this review, and then sign as the Fieldwork educator and click on Submit My Evaluation. Once this is done, in your inbox, you'll receive a PDF attachment of the evaluation. If I click here, you'll see here's the attachment that has all of the answers that I've input on the form itself. Additionally, you'll have a link for the final evaluation. We'll also send you a reminder email prior to the final so that you can reference that and be taken to the final evaluation. For the sake of this example, I'm not going to go through the entire final examination or final evaluation, but I do want to show you a few key features here. So I can access the final by clicking this link. Again, the first page is very similar to the midterm. Next page, you will again have to fill out a few sections of this. And so I'm just going to choose a few of these options here at random. Just say that this is the final, so we're going September through mid-October, 6 weeks, and go to the next page. And the difference here is that you'll actually see that we've pre-populated the data from the midterm evaluation along this right side. So you'll be able to see what you scored the student on the midterm on the right side, and then of course your new scoring will be along the left. So just as we did within the midterm, for the sake of this example, I'm just giving the student all fours. Again, I can look to the right and see what score the student received on each of these sections from the midterm. As I'm doing this, one thing to note is that if the student is scored less than standard on anything regarding safety or the code of ethics, we will automatically display an error message or a warning message letting you know that if it is the final and the student scored lower than the standard, then that they would automatically fail. Again, you have the chance to make those corrections. If you're on that page, you can simply just choose another option. If you've gone beyond that page, you can choose previous and get back to that section there. As you can see, we are almost finished with this evaluation, just a few more pages here. And just as we did in the midterm, this is calculating all of the scoring as I'm going throughout this evaluation here. Now this is what's different from the midterm. So we're on the final page, and again, we've calculated the final score, but we've also added this additional field for pass or fail. In this case, the student has passed based on the performance scores above here. So just as I did with the midterm, I can add comments. I can specify if the student was informed of the review and sign as the fieldwork educator. Once I click on submit my evaluation, just as with the midterm, I'll receive an email in my inbox with an attachment of my performance evaluation. This time, this is the final evaluation, has all of the details from the final. Additionally, you'll receive, as the fieldwork educator, the student's certificate. So once I click on this, you'll see this will populate with information from the form itself or from the certificate. And as an attachment is the final AOTA certificate for the program. So that's the entire process going through the student evaluation for both the midterm and the final. Again, the final is going to show the pass or fail option, but in either case, you will receive from FormStack Documents a separate email with the student's final certificate.